This is Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed.
Saturday on the Love Boat.
The podcast that hunts down and tears apart shenanigans on this classic TV show.
I see an awful lot of bodies who really have nothing to be ashamed of.
When laws, morals, and behavior go rogue.
She's a student of marine biology, and I know a lot of Marines who like to study her biology.
We are there.
Saturday on the Love Boat, Julie's game to join an all-male club, but she's shocked at the things they ask her to do.
Now, from Studio 109, welcome aboard.
I think it's time you and I got to know each other better. A man is very lonely at sea.
Yes, I can imagine.
All aboard. Love Boat Exposed. Crime Cruise we are, and we like to take apart all the crazy shit that happens out there in the high seas. I am Rob Springer, and I'm here with
Charlotte Jones.
And producer Caleb. How are you out there in Utah?
Doing absolutely fine. Thank you very much. Glad I could be here.
Well, thanks for joining us as always. I like this trio we've created.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I say Utah, I'm unsure if I'm saying it correctly. I mean, the New York part of me wants to say Utah, and then the sort of British part of me wants to say Utah.
Okay.
And I don't know.
It's just Utah, right?
I mean, yeah, it's Utah. I don't know if it's just my accent and your British side coming out.
Right.
But I call it Utah.
All right. Okay. Well, we straightened that one right out.
Yeah.
Well, producer Caleb, how is life out west?
Cold. Yeah, we're still hitting snow, still raggling on. I mean, I remember winter 2023, we had snow until March.
Oh, wow. I'd like some snow right now, honestly.
Me too.
I would like for it to snow. Just like to force me to have to do nothing and not feel bad about it.
I don't know.
You just stay in the house.
Are we even going to get snow? We're
who
in South
knows?
Carolina, everybody.
Yeah.
And although we all travel a lot, in fact, I am going to New York on Thursday for a few days, and it looks like snow will be happening maybe 2 or 3 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to catching some snow this winter because I think we may not get it down south here.
I know.
Damn it. It's weather talk. You know, you've hit the skids.
You know you've hit the skids, yeah, and the age where that's what you talk about.
The weather, my bones ache. All right. Well, here we are, season 2, episode 8. And producer Caleb, we task you to go into every episode of The Love Boat in order. Season 2, episode 8 is where we're at now. And we say, producer Caleb, here are your orders. You are to find all the clips of nefarious behavior, illegal activity, stowaways, harassment, murder.
Charos.
Charo.
Charo is very important.
Yes, exactly. Charos. You just sneak her around like, where's Waldo? Caleb, in this episode, is there anything that's from your clip taking that Rob was just explaining? Is there anything that we need to prepare ourselves for in this episode particularly?
No. I mean, it's very...
I just needed to know if we need any warnings. If I need to take
stereotypical. There's a communist.
Oh, wow. Okay, we haven't
right in the middle of the USSR.
Okay.
They throw in a little commie guy, and she gets up to some hijinks with some of the characters.
She,
they love the whole idea of a female Russian spy. Like it's sexy female Russian spy always. Yeah.
With the
Is her
bad
name
accent.
like Pussy Willow or something?
It's some Russian
Missy Sprinkle.
I don't know.
Okay.
Missy Sprinkle. Wow.
That was my babysitter's name, remember?
That's
That was her real name.
Gosh, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, we talked about that 5,000 episodes ago.
Well, I guess we'll be judging a Russian accent at some point.
Oh, yeah.
And when was the, quote, Cold War? When was that? Was it in the late 70s? I mean...
it ended 89. That's when the... 89 or 91, I can't remember. It was one of those 2 years.
And then when the wall came down in Berlin?
Yeah, Berlin Wall came down.
That was 89.
Yeah, that's when the USSR disbanded and kind of went their own separate ways.
Reagan saying, Mr. Gorbachev, take down your wall. Then they took it down. Mm-hmm. They cleaned it up. You could get pieces of the...
My dad did, because my dad was actually there when it happened. He actually took them off.
Oh, wow.
You still have it?
Yeah. And then I remember as a kid going with my parents to Germany, and we'd actually go into West and East. And I remember as a kid going through Checkpoint Charlie, and it was totally going into a different world. It was insane. Yeah. I'm old, everyone.
Yeah, I'm older.
Yeah, you are.
All right, well, we have our first clip lined up, and it's a still frame. And what we're seeing on our screen is the entire crew. That means Captain and Julie and Gopher and Doc and Isaac, and they're with a woman in uniform, the USSR kind of uniform, and she is blonde. And let's just roll
with it.
This clip.
Adam Bricker, Miss Mashenko. So nice to meet you.
Your function?
Ship's doctor. Could we possibly inquire as to what your function might be?
Miss Mashenko's function, Dr. Bricker, is commissar of cruise vessels for the Soviet Union.
Really?
Our State Department has invited the commissar to sail aboard the Princess to observe our procedures.
So they're having someone that is on battleships go and watch how people run a cruise ship.
And this crew as well.
And
This specific crew.
This motley crew is who she's stuck with. I am so confused.
All right. Well,
Like, are they now like seeing like Uzis and like tanks that we need to be aware of on the Love Boat?
We'll see.
What are they up to?
The thing is, right, this was like the first like 2 minutes of the episode. So that was the only explanation you got as to why Miss Russian lady is here. Like,
and she's very typical, like who you would cast as a Russian agent too.
Yes.
She's like a very blonde woman that's pretty, but very harshly pretty.
Statuesque.
If there's a way you can say that, like
Yes.
her features are pretty, but very harsh.
Yes.
And she has that accent and just that look about her, like I will strangle you with a knife. I mean, she just looks crazy.
Yeah.
And you know me, Mr. Useless Information. That was Loretta Swit from the TV series MASH.
Oh.
She was in season 1. And do you know what role she played in season 1 of The Love Boat? Because we talked about her. She was in the Robert Reed episode, Mr. Brady episode.
Oh, is she the ex-wife?
Boom.
Okay.
oh wow.
Okay.
Yes. He was going to want
Kill
to
her.
kill
She
her.
wanted to shoot her.
Kill
That's
her,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
She's
Instead-
been Russian this whole time.
Exactly. She's been an agent this entire time. No wonder. She's like, no, I kill him.
wonder if she'll make love again in this episode.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, God.
And I'll say this. Look, there's a lot of stars and minor stars and B and C and D level stars in Hollywood. There always has been. My God, especially back in those days.
Oh, absolutely.
So we keep coming back to some of the same folks. Second time she's been on. And this thing isn't even like into 2.5 seasons. Loretta Swit. She must love it or they love her.
Or she had a movie to promote, and the studio that owns the Love Boat had to get her out there. I don't know.
Right. Well,
Who
I
knows?
guess we'll see. Let's cue this sucker up and find out.
I'm sorry, I'll find you someone.
He will do it.
The doc has been chosen for something. Probably to sleep with her.
Oh, that's not fair. There's going to be a boatload of gorgeous girls. I get stuck with Ivan the Terrible?
Ooh. Wow. It's harsh.
He will do. It's like getting chosen for the Hunger Games. It's like tribute. You know, it's like, which one are you going to pick?
Yeah, and what do you think of Doc saying that? Do you
Well,
think
first of all, what's his job on the fucking boat if he's not a doctor? Like, is his job just to hook up with gorgeous girls all the time on the boat, or is he a doctor?
He's a doctor.
yeah, I guess he is. There's always that.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on and see where this illicit sex story will go. I'm sure it will be.
Meryl? Meryl Stubing.
Yes.
Dolores.
Oh.
Dolores Strickland. Georgina's sister.
Oh, no.
He's dreaming. Dream sequence.
Georgina.
Oh, he's got hair. Almost. No.
Meryl.
It's not as gray.
Meryl.
He's coming back.
Meryl.
Wake up, daydreamer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just so surprised to see you.
I don't wonder. It's been a long time.
Yes. Must be 9 years. That's a long time.
This is Vicky,
We've met.
Georgina's daughter.
Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Is this Maury Povich thing where it's like, you are the father, you're not the father? And why was he looking at her sister like they were about to on the cabin?
Man, I don't know.
Like, were they not looking at each other like, it's been a long time? Oh, yeah, it's been a long time. Like, they weren't looking at each other like, for a second I was like, is that the girl?
It's
But
like
that's not Georgina.
Family affair going on.
Yeah,
here.
what was that about?
I'm
Is
confused.
he a father, Caleb? Is that his kid? Okay, we'll have to see.
Look, he's really good, this
I know,
producer
he is.
Caleb.
He's really good. He
doesn't
doesn't
want to
give
spill the
anything
beans
away. I
because we
know.
can see his face. We can kind of read him.
I know,
He
but I
wouldn't-
can't really because he keeps hiding it a little bit. He keeps going under.
He knows
a
that you
little.
could read him. That's why he
Yeah.
would probably suck at poker, but I'm not
Maybe.
sure.
I don't know. Maybe he's really good at poker.
I think I may know the answer to that question, but let's just see where this little tale takes us.
Isaac, you are bartender here, yes?
Chief bartender.
Why is it you do not do something more important?
She just wants to know why I like being a bartender.
It's correct.
I like this job best because I get to meet people. I mean, all kinds of people. People are where it's at for me. That means I like people. But the most important thing is I got to choose this job. Someone else didn't choose it for me.
Sometimes it is better if others tell you what to do.
All right, so I'm confused. There's a lot of things to unpack in this. First of all, we have a white Russian communist going up to the only person of color. And then he very poignantly tries to put a little bit of, reasoning in there, a little bit of history, and says, well, at least I chose this job. And she's like, oh, no. It's way better if people tell you what
Sometimes
to do.
it's
And then the
better.
clip just cuts. Like, does Isaac, yes, a master. Like, what happens? Like, it's crazy.
It's just oozing with like American propaganda.
Yeah.
Because it was very just like communist, like
Totally.
oh, I'm a communist lady. Everyone gets to
Right.
no one gets to pick what they want. Everyone gets to sign a job and it's perfect. Everything's brilliant. And then Isaac's like, no, I'm an
lady.
American and I'm awesome because I got to choose what I want. And it was just like
And also, they
so
still have a
cheesy and
fucking person
obvious.
on a cruise ship who manages battleships. I don't really think there's bars on battleships. So she's probably also confused.
Yeah, she's very confused. She has that look in her eye. She's been glazed over. I don't know if she's just sent to put a bomb in the hull of the ship.
Smuggling caviar.
Right. Maybe there's a submarine following along.
Could be.
This could go anywhere.
If Sean Connery shows up, we're all just know that.
Good point. I wonder if she defects to the United States.
Oh, she could. Oh, well, that would be more American propaganda.
It sure would.
She just
You
like
drive a hard
Baryshnikov.
bargain.
Sorry.
I'm a slave to my sweet tooth.
It's a little kid that's with the captain. She's sitting at the captain's table with he's daydreaming again.
Oh, fun. Oh, Meryl, please, let's get some.
Now, what happened to that diet you started this morning?
Can't help it. I'm a slave to my sweet tooth.
Captain, it's amazing. Captain,
Daydreaming.
Yes.
I was just saying it's amazing. You and Vicky have exactly the same eyes.
I think that answers that.
So it's been confirmed. So there's been an envelope. Maury has come on the stage and said, "You are the father."
The audience goes
plot
wild.
twist. The communist is going to reveal her mask, and it's going to be him. And he's
Right.
going to be like, Captain, you are the father.
But do they ever tell us what happened to the mother? Why is the sister on the boat
No,
with?
they just said she just died, just randomly. Like,
Just a random death. She just combusted. So now Steuben has a 9-year-old daughter. We have now.
pretty much.
Okay.
And everyone's kind of just like, that's kind of suspicious, Doc, you and this little lady, you guys are quite alike, and everyone's trying to like slowly put the dots together, but I don't think they kind of like have a snap moment, but I think the captain knows. I think he's fully aware of what's going on.
Got it.
Seems I have a daughter.
Right. Well, I hope he takes responsibility. Starts sending some checks to that lady's family.
Well, there's a lot of foretelling happening in
Yes.
this episode, and I'll tell you why in just a second after this.
We'll be right back with more Love Boat Exposed. Go to loveboatexposed.com to send us a message, leave a voicemail, or learn more about the show and our team. Who knows? You might just be invited to the captain's table.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard. I'm speaking for my entire crew.
Well, it seems that the captain's potential daughter is at the captain's
Yeah, she
table
is.
on this episode. In fact, we will find out that it is. We already kind of know that. But the girl's name is Vicky. The actress name is Jill Whalen. And here's the little hook. In real life on the Love Boat, when Lauren Hughes, who is Julie, Lauren Tews gets into cocaine heavily in real life in later episodes and eventually is let go from the show. And she is replaced by the captain's daughter.
Oh.
Vicky. She becomes the new Julie.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
The cruise director.
But how many
Hold
years
back when we
down
get
the
there.
line is this?
A good number of years.
Okay, wow. So it made sense that they had brought this daughter in at some point. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Little insider info. It's just from stuff I remember from back in the late 70s.
That's really interesting. Okay.
Actually, I think it was the early 80s when all that stuff went down. And we'll just roll this clip.
Well, for a man who wasn't very hungry, you certainly seem to be enjoying your dinner.
Well, I would have enjoyed it a lot more if I'd had the appetizer I'd planned in the cabin.
I don't know that couple.
Wow.
Yeah, he wanted her as an appetizer.
As an appetizer, I'm always the main damn course. I don't know what she was doing wrong.
Context to that, the story prior. Sorry.
That's
Like,
okay. We got
going
someone
kind of
vacuuming
fighting
here
right
in
now.
our studios. So you got a dog, we got vacuumers.
It's real life, man.
It's real life, man. I love that. That's the captain's dog.
It's not Cheddar, though, because Cheddar just meows. What's the dog's name?
That's Bonnie.
Bonnie, okay. Where's
Yeah,
Clyde?
Cheddar decided to smack Bonnie.
Oh, funny.
That's why that happened. But yeah, so context to that, the man and the woman get into their cabin and the man is horny. He is just like, all right, no dinner, right? Is this you and me straight to bed? And the lady's like, well, I just want to have a nice lunch. I just want to have a nice little supper.
Are they
And he
married?
goes, yeah, they're married. He's
Okay.
like, all right, fine. And
Or they
then
having an affair. Who knows? It's the love boat.
Yeah.
And then that's why we see that clip of them at dinner. And he's like, yeah, it's good, but it'd be better if I had that appetizer.
Men.
Yeah, man. All right, next.
To Karl Marx.
Double chico and Groucho.
It's the doc drinking with the Russian.
Of course.
And she's drinking him under the table, it looks like. And he's completely blitzed.
He is, 100%. I love seeing that.
He's bad acting.
Definitely vodka, too.
Yeah, of course. It has to be. She's Russian.
Yep, there's the vodka. He's missing the glass when he tries
he is.
to pour it.
I think you've had too much. Hold your glass still.
I love when people act drunk.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? Because it's always just like so silly. But also it's like you've seen someone behave that way too. I mean, as fucked up and insane as it is, you're like, yeah, I totally know that's exactly what's happening.
And it's sort of like, is he doing bad acting or you can't tell, really.
And he was upset about being stuck with her, and now he's just like, they're just boozing it up together. This is like his perfect scenario.
Oh my God.
Except he's the one getting wasted.
Oh, gosh, yeah. She's drunk him under the table.
Yeah.
And by the way, early on, when he was like, oh, my God, I got to deal with this woman now. It's like, come on, Doc. You've hit on men.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I think he's done men, and he didn't even know it.
Yeah.
So he's just concerned about, this statuesque blonde.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's because she is a Soviet.
Okay.
And Doc, throughout this episode, there's so much just propaganda that I just clipped down because it's just all the same.
Right.
And it's just Doc is very, very pro-American.
Of course.
And is always just having his piece about why America is the best thing ever compared to the USSR. And so that's why I guess he rolled his eyes are you kidding me? I have to be with a Soviet? But now, he's
But now, like a good American, he's getting wasted.
Yeah, maybe horny.
Probably both.
Oh, here he goes, folks.
He's gonna the Russia.
Women wear outfits like this, but only for running.
Oh, they put her in a skimpier outfit.
Oh, well, here women wear them to make the men come running.
Yeah.
If those shorts don't clinch things with the eminent Dr. Bricker, I'll eat my hat.
You wear no hat?
Oh, no, see, that's just an expression. It is.
There's the
Oh, here he
doc.
comes. Here he
There he
comes.
is. With his knee
Miss
socks.
Malenkov. I know you're used to a dictatorship, but there are certain things we just don't dictate. We have a two-party system here, and we don't do any lovemaking unless both parties agree. And we don't go around taking advantage of helpless people. I mean, you could have at least asked in a nice way.
Wait a minute, is the doc upset because he got taken advantage of?
Okay.
Yes.
This is so ridiculous. I can't even believe it. He is horrified by this. I mean, he was walking like he had a quarter in his butt. The way that he was walking up to her, he was so mad.
His white knee socks were pulled up higher than they've ever been in a righteous way.
Yes.
And it's because he was taken advantage of.
Yes, he was.
Huh.
he was somehow
heaven
assaulted.
forbid it happens to him.
Heaven forbid.
Hey, random passenger, you have a headache? Oh, come to my cabin. Let me give you some random drug, and you're going to wake up in a couple hours. Oh, that's totally fine.
I'm just going to Bill Cosby you.
Oh, that's the line.
What a ridiculous! Get off your high horse,
And
Doc
also,
Bricker.
what is Julie dressing women up like fresh meat to parade around the doctor when the doctor's a sure thing?
You know, it's like Julie's been turned after the captain's uncle.
She confuses me.
Now she's like recruiting.
I don't know. She's like part of Jeffrey Epstein's inner circle. She's like
sure seems like it.
She's like Ghislaine, whatever her name is.
Is she still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
She hasn't committed suicide,
quote unquote, not yet.
Right.
No, not yet. Yeah,
no.
Not yet's a good way to put it.
Yeah, the Saudis haven't gotten to her yet. I've heard of crazier things.
Crazier things.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure: producer Caleb did not visit Epstein's Island.
No, he was not on the Lolita plane.
Present.
No, he was not. He is not on that list. We're waiting to see.
Well, we did see the list, didn't we?
Well, some of the list.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I did some of it. I bet.
Yeah.
Producer Caleb, your thoughts on the Epstein list?
I have seen it. There was one name that was. I was not expecting it. I don't know if we're keeping this in or whatever. And this episode will come out way after this list has been out.
Yes.
Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking was on the list.
Makes sense.
But it's just the one name you would not expect, and it was Stephen Hawking. That's crazy for me. Absolutely,
that is crazy.
Unreal.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I'm pulling out of that one. Here we go.
Oh, please.
Well, look at you. You're young and you're lovely. You have a great personality. You need to be with someone you can have fun with, not an uptight
It's
jerk
Soupy
like
Sales
me.
and Joanne Worley.
Miss Beale, Sandy, I could never make you happy.
You mean you want to make me happy?
Yes, that's why I'm leaving.
Well, I know a much better way.
Oh, gosh.
She attacks it. Ladies on the attack in this episode. I like it.
She's going in. Now, Caleb, are they in a relationship or did they just meet? And that's why he was referring to her as Miss Beale or Miss something.
No, so they got wasted at like a work party and ended up on the boat. And
wait a minute, they got wasted at a party and just woke up on a boat. Now that's a story.
Yeah, and then they just woke up and they're on the Love Boat in some random cabin. And this lady is very much into him, and he doesn't want anything to do with her, like at all, as we just saw.
Right.
And then she just pounced on him.
Again, no security because two drunk people from an office party can just walk onto the Love Boat, get into a cabin, get in bed, and then wake up after they're done being drunk and just be on the Love Boat.
Couple of thoughts. Yeah. Remember The Office? Remember The Office went on a boat?
Yes.
They went on that cruise?
That episode just aired last night,
Did
actually.
It?
Yes,
Okay.
I just watched it.
Great. I mean, they're all great episodes.
Oh, they're all amazing. I just have it on all day. It's like background.
Great idea.
It would be great if the show just flew right out of a time warp into the open seas of 2024.
Oh, yeah.
And we had the same circumstances and scripts, but Steve Carell and all the Office. That would be nuts. That'd be a clash of cultures, wouldn't it? That's what this show is all about. It would be insane. That's why we're insane. That's why we're the fucking gatekeepers of this insanity.
Yeah, we are.
It's like a time hole. What do they call those?
Vortex.
Vortex.
Yeah,
just
we're the
opens
vortex
up.
of crazy.
The boat sails right into 2024 right now where we're at. And we are here to say, hold on, 1978, 79. We're going to check out what's happening here. You know, we're all part of this. We're like the time cops is what we are.
Oh, I think we just wrote a screenplay.
I think so. I think there was a time cop movie.
Yeah, there's lots of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was specifically a movie called Time Cop.
Oh.
Yeah. I forget. It was one of those, I think that Russian dude with blonde hair, Dolph Lundgren or someone.
So I'm sure we could do a Love Boat crashing and like swimming into a little like whirlpool in the ocean. It just all of a sudden ends up in 2024.
Well, there's 10 seasons, so I guarantee there's like at least one episode or like a multi-part episode when they do that exact thing. They go into a vortex and end up in like the caveman era or like the future or whatever.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, there's so much to explore on these episodes. And what we're going to see is culture pulling out of the 70s, going into the 80s, things that we wouldn't have thought would be happening in season 1 and 2, happening in seasons 3 and 4 and 5.
Right.
We're going to see really a clash of culture, evolution of culture in some ways. I mentioned to you there's going to be transgender and same-sex relationships. There's going to be the village people. They kind of combine all of those
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Donald Trump shows up.
God.
Who knows? Hopefully not.
Guess we'll see when we get there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there may be. I'm not sure. Is this another clip? I'm going to hit the button, or is it just a little? Yes. Bonus.
You look very beautiful.
Doc, I'm only 10.
Oh, God.
Oh, good God.
I just
Producer Caleb.
Here's the thing. If
You had
if
to put that in there.
If Isaac, if literally anyone went up to Vicky or whatever her name was and said that thing, no issues. That would not be a problem whatsoever. But the fact that it was the Doc and then followed up with, "Oh, Doc, I'm only 10. Don't even like."
Wow.
Yeah, I'm only 10. I mean,
What a
like
lie.
she already at that age knows that he's skeevy as.
Well, what is happening?
Do you know what I mean?
Damn writer's room.
Yeah.
What are they thinking? I mean, everything's okay.
Everything's okay. Everything's okay.
Obviously, we should know that, but why are we still surprised?
I know. Everything's okay,
I
though.
don't know.
It's still the Love Boat, man.
We have the time police. Oh, my God. Somebody just popped out of Caleb's closet.
Oh,
and
really?
My heart went.
Is he
beep,
holding
beep.
people? Somebody might be coming after Caleb. We like watching it in time and being abducted.
I don't have good observational skills.
I've said too much bad things about Doc, and Doc's hitmen have come up.
Yeah, they're here.
But his hitman was really happy, and he looked a lot like
okay,
you.
Good.
That's
Really
strange. All right.
That was my brother. He made a little cameo.
He popped into the back of your studio there.
Awesome.
Oh, well, look. Hey, guys, I think we've discovered some new things about ourselves.
Yes, I think so too. I do agree.
That we are kind of gatekeepers. We're sentinels.
Yes, we are.
We're perched here at the opening of this black hole in time.
Insanity, yeah.
It's like the Manhattan Project or something like that. We're waiting to see what comes through from the past. And we're not going to let it through if we think it ain't coming through in the right way. And we're going to call it. We're going to say, hey, you, stop. You're under arrest.
Yes.
Wow.
Rob has been watching some TV or some documentaries. He is fired up.
I think we could change things.
Yeah.
You've seen Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah, of course. 1, 2, and 3.
Right. Hey, I went to Back to the Future, the musical on Broadway.
Oh, how was that?
It was all right.
Wow.
I mean, it was, it's like the new Broadway. Where it's dazzle and dancing and it's, I don't know, it made no sense. But
okay, well.
It was entertaining for 2.5 hours.
Well, that's fun.
All right. Well, time cops.
Thank you, guys.
Gatekeepers.
Yes.
Well, would you like me to
Yes.
spoil the rest of this episode?
Oh,
yeah.
please.
Yeah, okay. So, the two storylines that we kind of followed, the Captain and his daughter. So, the daughter got off at this stop and said goodbye, and Captain went to the dock and was like, hey, listen, I'm thinking about retiring. Like, I'm just going to get off this boat, live happy on land, set up like some animals, have just a happy family. And the doc was like, listen, Captain, you cannot provide what she needs. You cannot provide what she needs. You're a man of the sea. She's a lady of the land. It's not going to work out.
That? Do they say those terms?
It was, something
because he has said that
I'm
I'm a man of the sea. Yes. He said that to the priest, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, and so the captain finally goes, yeah, you're right. I'm going to stay on this boat, and she can have her happy life in Acapulco or wherever they went.
Okay.
And then with the communist story, the doc ends up falling in love with her, and he asks her to marry. And she's like, Doc, you really love America, don't you? You really love your land. He's like, yeah, I do. I really do. And she goes, and you love me too? Yeah, I love you too. She goes, well, I love you too, but I also love the USSR.
Oh.
I need to go back home.
Oh, God, he chose country over
fine.
love. Look at that lesson.
And,
yeah, and then the doc ends up staying, and she ends up going back to the USSR. All a little sad and heartbroken.
Oh, poor guy.
She practiced some of that Amazon love on the little dog.
She does.
He's a frail little guy compared to this thing crawling all over you.
Yeah.
I mean, the sexy woman thing. Lady. I mean, forget it. I'm going to cut this out. I don't need picketers outside my door. I mean, she's better looking than the doc,
100%. Anything's better looking than that.
Yeah. Frail little fella.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, all right. I got
thanks, guys.
Off my chest.
I'm glad you got some things off your chest. I feel like Rob needed some therapy today. He just needs to
going
a little ripper.
His shoulders are feeling a little lighter now.
Yeah. He's a little lighter for
Thanks
sure.
Thanks for humoring me. Everyone.
Of course.
Let me ask you this, producer Caleb.
Yeah.
All right. I'm somebody that I've heard of this show where there's these people and they like to keep an eye on the past and make sure they call out the things that are wrong. And I'm not sure how I can listen to it. I got a lot of questions. It's just what do I do in this case?
Well, if you're enjoying this episode, if you're enjoying what we do, you should subscribe on all your podcast availabilities, share with a friend, and we'll see you guys next week on the Love Boat.
Okay, now, did you mean by availabilities platforms?
Platforms, that's the perfect way to
put it. All right, good.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure because I'm that person and I got to know. So you're telling me I could go to my favorite platforms and I could
you could go to Spotify, you could go to Apple Podcasts, you could go to anything that has a podcast, you can go there and listen to this.
Okay, what if I need this kind of a dosage once a week? Am I going to find it?
Oh, you'll find it. It comes every Thursday
we will
morning.
Alert you.
Fresh content, pretty much?
Fresh content, yes.
Fresh content every Thursday morning, Eastern Standard Time.
All right. Do the hosts pull any punches? Or is it uncensored? Is it raw?
It's raw. We just come in swinging. We just come in
sailing away.
All right.
But we will be back
thank you,
with a
producer
new episode of
See you guys around.
Exposed. Make sure to subscribe. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms. And connect with us at loveboatexposed.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, but I have duties on the bridge. Good evening.